welcome back to my channel. My name is KateSemeniuk, and I'm super excited today to talk about this tricky type of anxiety, which is called approach anxiety. And many people came to me for this issue because they feel like they actually are confident in their everyday life. They feel like I'm good. I'm great in public speaking. I'm great in speaking in meetings. I'm okay with my family, friends, co-workers. I feel great. But as soon as I have to approach someone, whether it's a new person, it's a new connection, or whether it is like a potential partner, right? A girl or a boy that they are interested in, that's when that anxiety kicks in. So like a very occasional anxiety, very triggered anxiety. And that's when they start to have all of this symptoms, inner thoughts, inner dialogue. So they just bail out. They don't do that. So what are the symptoms of approach anxiety? It's very real. And by the way, almost every person who asked me about this anxiety, and even I have that, by the way. I feel very confident in everyday situation. I like to speak on camera. I can speak in public for like a lot of people. I don't really mind, but when it comes to for me to come to someone just out of nowhere without knowing them before previously, I can start to feel the worry. And that's why I decided to I need to cover that, because if I feel that, I know that a lot of people feel that as well. When we think about symptoms of approach anxiety, it's usually the overthinking the outcomes. So when we need to come up to someone, we need to talk to someone, or we need to connect with someone, we need to, reach out to someone, even if it's just in an everyday life. For example, you are in the store and you want to ask someone something, but you feel like, I don't want to, you feel shy. So when that happens, we start to overthink the outcomes. We still don't know what's going to happen, how they are going to react, but based on the previous experience, we react, we all overthink the outcomes. We think like, oh, what if they get frustrated? What if they get mad? What if they get mean? What if they are just busy? I don't want to bother them. My main excuse, right? What if I don't think they want to be bothered, but maybe it's because I don't want to be bothered sometimes. When you feel like, when you think about the outcome, your subconscious mind usually already felt that feeling. Your subconscious mind knows how it feels. That's why it gives you those scenarios, those outcomes. So maybe you don't like to be approached as well. You don't like, maybe you get frustrated when someone comes up to you because you want to have your own space for whatever reasons. Another symptom of approach anxiety is you are avoiding any activities, any jobs, responsibilities that include reaching out, approaching new people. So this is, people sometimes look for the jobs, but as soon as it says that you need to connect, you need to find connections, you need to find leads, or you need to reach out, cold calling, right? Oh, people with approach anxiety, for them, it's like the best practice, but the most scariest practice is cold calling, because you have to deal with a lot of rejection. Cold calling always involves a lot of rejection. And I don't think it's very popular now, but I think there's still a lot of people who use that. And even when I pick up the phone and someone is cold calling, I try to be really nice to them, because I know how important for them to feel that connection and response that is not mean or just dropping the phone. So always, when people have approach anxiety, they also can start to prepare for their pitch. They're perfecting their pitch. When a boy wants to come to a girl, or vice versa, they are perfecting the pitch. How am I going to do that? How I'm going to say that? Will it come out as smart? Will it come out as sophisticated? Will it come out as intelligent? And then your mind starts to go in that cycle, right? Because your mind always wants to protect you, and approach anxiety is something that, that is your mind connected as dangerous. So it will protect you with how it can protect you, how anxiety can protect you by giving you symptoms. If you don't listen to the symptoms, it will give you scenarios, thoughts that will intensify those symptoms. Last minute setbacks. Sometimes people are like, okay, I'm ready. And then when they have to approach someone, or they have to reach out to someone, or connect with someone, network, they're like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. So they find excuses. Sometimes people even get sick. It's interesting, right? How your mind can protect you in different ways. And I've had those moments, by the way, when I was, my first job included some type of cold calling. And the first day of my work, I was like 18, I think. And it was only for 1 month because really, it was really hard for me, difficult at that time. I didn't have that confidence. My husband would do cold calling, no problem, but not for me at that moment. So when the first day of job, I got sick. I got sore throat, fever, right? So my mind decided, no, I'm gonna give you everything for you to run away or escape or shut down, whatever it is. And yeah, I had to stay at home for 1 week and didn't work because my mind decided to give me symptoms because I didn't listen, because I was still going to do that. Feeling shy, intimidating, right? Like you're kind of don't want to bother people. Why that happens? Because at some moment when you were a child, you approached someone, and we as children, we don't have lack of confidence. Children approach anyone. They smile at everyone. They feel this ultimate confidence all the time. But at some point when you did that, when you approach, someone reacted in a very emotional way. For example, snapped at you, or were mean to you, told you something that hurt your feelings. I remember when I was in postpartum depression, and I think my daughter was 3, and I was depressed. And my daughter came up to me with something. I don't remember what it was, but I snapped at her, and she still remembers that. She's 12 now, and she still remembers how she approached me with something really excited. And I was busy. I don't remember cooking or cleaning. And I just screamed at her because I asked her to be in her room because I needed to clean or cook, whatever. So she still remembers that emotional moment. And I'm happy she overcame that fear, but she had approach anxiety as well. What are the excuses? So there are, like, mind, if it cannot protect you with physical symptoms, if it doesn't work, you still are going to do that. You still are determined to do that. If your mind will give you excuses, right? Excuses like, what if they don't want to hear what I have to say? What if they are too busy? What if they are going to, maybe they are mean, maybe they are not good people, maybe they are unapproachable. I'll just ask someone else. So all of these excuses, or for example, if only I were smarter, if only I were more beautiful, more attractive, taller, it was the approach anxiety, for example, for people who want to approach a potential partner or potential date. And they also will be analyzing themselves, scanning how people see them. Oh, if only, maybe she loves taller people, maybe she loves more attractive, slimmer, fitter, whatever it is, based on the experience we have. We have so much information now, and information we get from everywhere, and not the best sources. So we get most of the information from social media, from news and social media. So you can imagine what we see there. We see their standards, those beauty standards, and then we start to compare ourselves to those standards. And when we want to ask someone for a date, well, of course, we will analyze. Am I as good as that person? Am I as good? Am I good enough? Am I confident enough? And when you focus on that, it takes away the confidence, and it brings up anxiety as well. What are the roots and causes of approach anxiety? Roots and causes are previous rejections, right? So previous rejection, confidence is like a root, right? But confidence is shut down based on some experiences, rejections, abuse, criticism. So many times people who are criticized in their childhood a lot, they can develop approach anxiety because, like, I don't want to be criticized anymore. Fear of punishment. One of the biggest roots for the approach anxiety is fear of punishment. People, we are kind of regressing ourselves. We are regressing ourselves towards those punishing moments. When if your parents punished you for something, then you won't approach, you won't initiate, you won't take action. Doesn't mean that it's going to be like that for everyone. No, don't take my words very close to heart. And everyone is different. I'm just kind of building this picture, but for sure everything will be different. And for some of you, it won't be the case. Maybe you don't even have approach anxiety. But if you're watching this video, maybe you do. Right? So a sensitivity to rejections, inability to do the reality check. So sometimes we cannot do reality check. We cannot stay in our conscious. We cannot stay aware that there is no big deal. Just going to ask. It doesn't hurt, but it actually hurts. By the way, people say it doesn't hurt to go and ask. It does hurt. For people with approach anxiety, it actually hurts because they have racing heart, numbing hands, headache, overthinking, overwhelmed feelings, sweating. It's all uncomfortable. I would even say it's painful. So that's why it doesn't hurt, doesn't work here with approach anxiety. Usually it does hurt. And the ego, when ego hurts, that's painful. I know that, right? When I start to be aware of my ego, and anxiety is triggered, right? Anxiety is the main tool of ego. Then I can feel it. I can feel the pain here. I can feel the pain. So I know that you can also feel it too. Usually approach anxiety is not just the root, like you have to work on that. No. There is a whole basement of limiting beliefs. Those basements that have lots of stuff in them. That's how it's like. Imagine the ground floor is the issue, but beneath is like a lot of other limiting beliefs. So two types of approaches how to deal with this type of anxiety. So you can work on your mindset. This is the best way, I think. You work it, or you can do exposure therapy. You can expose yourself to approaching people, trying a couple of times until it gets easier. So it's up to you what you choose. Right? For me, mindset work would be much easier because I don't have to approach anyone. I just have to resolve those issues from the past that actually trigger me. And then I don't have to struggle, push myself, force myself. Yes, there will be a little bit of a push the first time, but if you resolved your limiting beliefs, then of course it's going to be easier for you to approach someone, right? To reach out to someone. 5 practical tips how to start approaching someone. So start approaching your family. So if you want to overcome this anxiety, you can start approaching your family members and asking them something that they will absolutely say no to. Absolutely saying no to. Practice in front of the mirror. Imagine you're asking a girl for a date, or you're asking a boy for a date. And then you go and you stand in the mirror and you say exactly what you want to say and how you want to say that. Get used to your voice. Love your voice. Love how it sounds. Imagine that it's like a river that flows. That your voice is the most amazing, the most enticing. You choose the word, really, the most beautiful voice ever. And then it will add confidence to you. Find the root, the cause. Really, find the root, the cause of the confidence issue. You can do it by different things, right? But I offer, by the way, hypnotherapy sessions. I offer courses. You can take courses for confidence where you can unlock that potential or go back, reclaim back that power to be very confident because you were born with confidence. No one was born with lack of confidence. No one will tell you that I was born with it. No one is born shy and no one is born not confident. That's not true. We are born with everything available to us. What I want, I can get it. And then we learn that probably not. So make a decision. Sometimes we just have to make a decision. Approach anxiety is sometimes because we cannot make a decision. Maybe you don't like your job. And that gives you lots of panic attacks and anxiety, and you hate every part of every aspect. And you need to make a decision to leave that job and start doing what you love. that will boost your confidence a lot, right? And the last one, and I would say the most challenging one, is imagining the worst scenario. So if you think about approach anxiety, for example, you want to approach someone, ask someone for a date, or you want to approach someone at work, or you need to call someone, you need to come up to someone, to network, to reach out, then you build the worst scenario. You build the worst scenario and think what happens. Go further into that scenario and you will absolutely realize that, no, I didn't actually die. You open your eyes, no, I'm still here, which means that nothing bad is happening. You need to get that worst scenario till the end in your mind. You need to like finalize that. Oh, what, am I going to die? No, but you have to go back there. I usually do that with clients, and it's amazing how they open their eyes and like, nothing actually bad is happening. So I hope these tricks and tips will help you to start working on approach anxiety and actually getting rid of it, because usually, yes, worry and fear is part of our life, but some things you need to work on so you can just resolve them and you don't get triggered by them every time, because it's very uncomfortable. Any type of unreasonable anxiety is very uncomfortable to your body and to your mind. I wish you all the best. Did you like that? Did you like these different types of anxieties that I try to talk about? Please comment below. I'll be happy to hear from you. Be healthy emotionally and physically. I love you all.